This meeting is saved.
Go ahead and tab to got it button.
This meeting is the account owner can by staying in the got it button to add space. Leave site dialog. Changes you made may not be saved. Leave button to activate.
Leave button, you're on leave button. Go ahead and hit space bar. Okay. So we're starting over because we need to do a recording on how anybody who uses a screen reader and braille display is going to do graphing. And there's different ways to do it. So we're going to actually start out with Desmos graphing calculator. So Victor's edge just happens to be, oh, go ahead and say hi, Victor.
Hello.
So he's going to be our co-teacher with me today. Go ahead and Windows 4 and open Edge. That's his hotkey. And it's good.
Opening new window. Internet Explorer alert. Click the back to the top. Click the back.
And go ahead and hush him up. Now he's been in Desmos before, so as he types it, and the kids must have a braille display connected. That is a non-negotiable. So on his braille display, as he types Desmos, he's going to see it automatically populates his whole URL. So go ahead and type in DES. That should be enough.
Desmos.com/calculator selected.
And it also verbally confirms Desmos.com/calculator. And if this is the first time the child is doing this, I highly recommend memorizing URLs. But if you've been there before, it will automatically populate for you. And of course, he can confirm on his braille display he really has it. Hit enter, and let's go ahead and open Desmos.
Loading page, day, graphing calculator, Microsoft Edge, loading, loading.
Right. Okay, so everybody heard that pop. And that means you are in an edit box. An edit box is a place where you can actually start typing items. His JAWS is set up to automatically go into forms mode. So you do have to set that up in your settings. If it's not, then it would go right to the edit box and he would have to hit enter for forms mode on. But he's already there. He heard the pop. He knows he's good to go. And we're actually going to go ahead and write out his first problem. And of course, we were just having the discussion on if it's a fraction. I have a tendency to immediately look at the fraction and change it to a decimal. And if you don't know how to change your fractions to decimals quickly, and we should probably show them this, Victor, just in case. Yeah. So I'm going to have him write it in using the fraction. We're going to pretend he has no clue what 1/2 is. As a decimal form, but it doesn't matter what it is. This is the way you're going to solve it. So go ahead and give me a y equals.
Y equals.
And opening parenthesis, 1/2.
Left parenthesis. Quote y, 1.
And close your parentheses.
Quote 2, right parenthesis.
You're going to have to backspace over there, hit a space bar before you can actually close that. And actually, you know what? Backspace once, and I believe tab will automatically complete that parentheses for you, and tab.
After start fraction, 1/2, end fraction.
Yep. And you can hear end fraction. Now put your right parenthesis in there, and it should form the whole parenthesis over your fraction.
Right.
Right parenthesis.
Beautiful. Okay, so to the power of, so my guess is your speech is slightly restricted, because typically what Desmos will do is if you mess up someplace, he's going to say, you need to close that parenthesis. You need to put something on the other side of this, which is really nice feedback, but you're a fairly advanced student. So we needed to do the power of, so shift 6.
Caret, superscript, baseline.
And we're just going to do X.
1/2. Quote X quote. Quote y quote equals left parenthesis.
Beautiful.
1/2, right parenthesis superscript. Quote X quote. Baseline as graph. The audio trace.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to hush them up. So I want everyone to hear that. Go ahead and backspace over your X and then just let it talk through. Go ahead and put your X and then let it talk through.
Quote X quote. Quote y quote equals left parenthesis. 1/2, right parenthesis superscript. Quote X quote. Baseline as graph. The audio trace. Press Alt plus T.
Go ahead and do Alt T so everybody can hear it.
X Alt T graph paper x-axis visible from -10 to 10, y-axis visible from -6.589 to 6.589. Grid lines are visible. One audio traceable curve. Graph paper audio trace on. Use arrow keys to navigate. To hear the graph, press H. To disable audio trace, press Alt plus T. Expression 1 intercepted x:0, y:1.
Okay. So, and it tells you everything you need to do. And I always have students hit H first, so you can actually kind of hear the slope in the line. And then you can use your arrow keys to move one item at a time. And of course, he told you you're on 0,1. Guess what? When we do this tactilely, what's going to be your first point that you plot, Victor?
Yep. 0, 1.
0, 1.
Yep.
That is exactly right. So what's so nice about this, and all beginner students, you can use Desmos because, of course, these graphs, I'm going to actually show you how you can actually change it into the image. You can paste that into your work in Word where you're doing your math problem. And then, of course, that gets handed into your teacher. But students need to do these out tactily. And we're going to, of course, emboss this today also. Go ahead and hit H and go ahead and run that line.
All right.
Okay, so what's great about this is it always starts at the top of the graph. It happens to be in quadrant 2 where it begins, and it descends. So the audio, it gets lower and lower and lower. And then as it runs along quadrant 1, literally running along the X, you hear that long. Okay, yeah. So now, and I know you know this, so we're just giving this to our audience. Go ahead and run the H again so everyone can really learn to what they're listening for.
All right.
And don't we love that? And of course, that is just slightly above X, but we don't have to. Yeah. Okay, so now go ahead and use your right arrow just to move 1 point at a time. Or left, either one.
X colon 0.2, Y colon 0.871.
Yep. And go ahead and just do a lot of them. Yeah. And you can stop at any point.
X colon 1.2, Y colon 0.435, X colon 1.4, Y colon 0.379, X colon 1.6, Y colon 0.33, X colon 1.8, Y colon 0.287, X colon 2, Y colon 0.25.
And you can ask him up. And he's reading a lot of plot points off because he hit right arrow a lot. Okay, so this is beautiful. This is great. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to emboss this off. Now, there's different ways to get to your share button. Well, we know it's a button. All right off the bat, we're going to go, oh, B. But insert F5, and I don't know if you've been introduced to insert F5 yet. Have you, Victor?
Insert F5, no.
Okay. So what's nice about insert F5 is if you forget, because we're humans, we forget a lot. Insert F5, everything, your most crucial items are there to jump where you need to go. So go ahead and insert F5.
Select the form field dialog. List 1, list view. Open graph left parent control plus O right parent button 1 of 32. To move the items, use the arrow key.
Yep. So homework is, I want you going through all of insert F5 and you're going to go, oh, this is so cool. Yeah, because everything's really here. Well, we need to go to the share button so you can hit S for share. And if, of course, if you can't remember it, down arrow and it will trigger your brain on what you need to do. S to share.
All right.
Share button 3 of 32.
And enter. And we know what brings us there.
Desmos graphing calculator. Expression list region. Share edit expanded. Contains text. Share button menu expanded. Audio trace off. Link to this graph edit. Contains text. Type in text.
Okay, so the link that you feel, a lot of teachers, now you would have to sign in to this. So it totally depends on the teacher in your class. She will say, go ahead and just, you would sign in, you're going to copy the link. So of course, when you send the link to her, she's going to be able to open it. We don't typically go that way unless the teacher specifically asks for it. So you're going to go ahead and tab slowly so everybody can hear until you hear export image.
All right.
Copy button to activate. Press enter. Print link. Export image link.
Okay. Now, when you go to print, and actually I haven't tried that with your embosser. I have the same embosser, so I'm going to try that with mine also because it automatically connects up to embossers, which is really, really nice. But you need also the way where when the teacher says, I want you to go ahead and copy and paste this into your document, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you print screen is the fastest way to do that. Okay. And I'm kind of tempted to go that route this way because I want to show both ways, but I also want to show export image first. And then you're going to do print screen because kids always have a ton of math work and they've got to do a lot of graphs. Well, if you have to export each item, that's going to take a long time versus you just hit print screen. It's going to give the math formula that it's going to print out also and the graph. And you just paste that right in your document and teachers love that because you're seeing the math and you're seeing the graph. So that is the way you would actually do a lot of homework. But I'm going to just show you how to do the export image also. Enter on export image.
All right.
Enter. Desmos vertical bar graphing calculator dash personal dash Microsoft. Edge dialog. Export your graph loading size medium
Yep.
square thin
Tab
medium
to
thick, medium square
download
thin,
PNG.
space to active. Line thickness group. Thin toggle button pressed to toggle the state. Medium toggle button not pressed to toggle.
So I'm going to stop right there for a second. If you're low vision and you want to see this, you would hit spacebar on thick right now because this is a pretty thin line. But if you change it to thick, you would actually be able to visually pick up on that. So that's just for all the low vision people. Go ahead and tab to download PNG.
All right.
Image download group. Download PNG button to active. Press enter.
Enter.
Desmos vertical bar graphing calculator document. Downloading. Desmos dash graph left parent 5 right parent dot PNG 45.6 KB. Downloads completed. Press Control plus J to go to downloads.
Yeah. So you heard it's Desmos graph 5. So that means you've done this 4 other times before, because that's not a very descriptive file, Desmos graph. You're going to go to Word and you're going to go, what did I just do? Okay, so that should be in your downloads folder. So you should be all good to go on that. We're just going to go ahead and leave this like this. Go ahead and open Word, and we're going to type in the math problem like a student would do, and then paste the graph in there.
All right.
Windows 3.
Taskbar zoom dash 2 word button.
Yep. And memorize that so you don't have to keep going to your taskbar. He did everybody, yeah. But he forgot, like we humans do, and you just right arrow, you recount, and you go, okay, Word, Windows 3 next time. Okay, hit enter and go ahead and open Word.
Enter. Opening dash. Opening dash Word. New list box, blank document, 1 of 5. To move to an item, enter.
Yep. And always remember to maximize your window because JAWS needs to see your whole page.
Nope.
Yep.
Windows up arrow, Windows up arrow.
Okay, go ahead and do number 1 period. We're going to type in your math formula first. And of course, once again, if you do print screen, which you are going to do also in here, but we're going to show both words. Ready? Number 1 period.
No. A4.
You know what? We need to do all equals. So if you want to do it on your braille display, that is fine. I would highly suggest going into computer in contracted out, but you can do it in contracted also. Math is faster when you use computer braille though, because it's all straight Nemeth. Yeah. Well, most of it is.
Computer braille.
There you go.
Computer in.
Right,
yep. Now just do a .2. Yeah, and a 4.6. Don't we love that? Okay. Yeah. On your computer, you can do it on your braille display, but all equals just so much faster on your keyboard. Go ahead and give me an all equals.
Oh, on the keyboard.
Yeah. If you wanted to do on your braille display, you're going to do Alt N E I. Okay. You could use your, and my guess is you're probably using the Braille Math Editor.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and use the Braille Math Editor then?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Since that's what you've been using, I'm going to show you how much faster it actually is using all equals.
All right.
Okay. We'll show them both though. We'll show everybody both.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yep. All equals.
All equals.
Beautiful. Okay. So Y equals.
Y equals.
1/2. You don't have to put your parentheses. 1/2.
1 slash.
Do a space.
2.
Okay, give me a shift 2. Shift 6. Sorry, shift 6. Shift 6. Say that 6 times fast. And put an X. And space.
X.
Flawless.
All right.
Flawless, gorgeous. Notice how fast that is.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, enter.
Enter.
Okay. We are going to pretend you have no clue how to change that fraction into a decimal. I want you to hit your start key, type in CAL, and open your calculator.
Search box edit, type in calculator app. Press right to switch preview. Calculator app. Cal. Enter. Calculator. Standard calculator mode.
If you're in standard, we need to be in scientific, so Alt 2.
Scientific calculator mode.
Beautiful. Okay, and that's just always. I don't even care if you were in 3rd or 4th grade. I'd tell you to change it to scientific. It's just, yeah. Okay, 1 divided by 2. Let's find out what the decimal is. 1 divided by 2.
1. Period. Divide by.
I didn't need to put the 4/6, huh?
You don't. You're right. You don't. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. It's don't worry about that right now. You're good. Go ahead and just type a 2.
2.
And space bar. or enter. Sorry, enter.
0.5.
Okay, so it's 0.5.
Yeah.
And the reason why the code comes up slightly differently is because Liberus or whatever that the back translator is slightly off. So you just gonna learn, where you're gonna see the 4.6 and where you're not. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just, yeah. So you could Control C to copy that, but I'm pretty sure you can remember 0.5. So
Yeah.
now we're gonna write that just slightly differently. So go ahead and Alt Tab back to Word.
Document 1-word, edit.
And go ahead and do 2 period.
2 period, space.
Yep, all equals.
Alt equals selected, math content.
Y equals 0.5 to the power of X. Y equals 0.5 to the power of X.
5, caret.
Yep, 2. And space.
X.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. Okay, so there's the 2 different ways. There's a lot of classes. The teacher's going to say, change all your fractions to decimals. Anyway, that's just how you do it. So we're kind of doing multiple things here. Hit enter. Let's go ahead and insert our graph now.
Enter.
Okay, Alt N P, and you should be right on your device. So all you have to do is hit enter. So Alt N to insert, P to picture.
Upper ribbon expanded. Insert picture from group. This device ... To move through items, press up or down.
Enter.
Leaving menus. Upper ribbon expanded. Insert tab. 3 of 13. Alt followed by N. Leaving menus. Leaving ribbons. Insert picture dialog. File name : edit combo.
And you can hush them up. Okay, we know we downloaded this to the downloads folder. So just do Alt D and start typing in DOW, and you can down arrow to your downloads folder. Alt D.
Address edit combo. Pictures. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value.
DOW. Down arrow to downloads.
Downloads.
And enter and open your downloads folder.
Enter. Toolbar all locations split button.
Alt N. We're going to do it the faster way. Alt N.
File name : edit combo. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value.
Now, if you can't remember, this is for everybody else. If you can't remember that you just downloaded Desmos graph number 5, then you're going to have to tab all the way into your list view, and then you can hear it. Then you hit space bar and you hit enter. But if you remember all this, you can literally exist between your Alt D and your Alt N, your file name. So he's going to start typing DES and then down arrow to Desmos graph number 5, DES, and down arrow go to number 5.
Desmos graph left parent 1 right parent .png. Desmos graph left parent 1 right parent .svg. Desmos graph left parent 2 right parent. Desmos graph left parent 3 right parent. Desmos graph left parent 4 right parent. Desmos graph left parent 5 right parent.
Beautiful. And enter.
Enter.
Beautiful.
Document 1. Layout options: left parent text wrapping and positioning, right parent available. Picture 1 graphic. Picture 1.
So gorgeous.
Description
Now,
generated with medium confidence graphic. A graph of a function description automatically generated with medium confidence image.
yeah, medium confidence. That is. I love that. Okay, we are going to keep it this big, but we need to show everybody how they need to check the size of this because, of course, most of them are going to come up to be like 6 by 8 or something like that. And of course, you need to shrink those down. But we're going to emboss this. So we actually need to change the color and transparency of it to make those lines darker, because the darker the lines, the more the graph, when you emboss it off, the dots are higher. Red, you're going to get a little bit lighter, which is probably what you've experienced, and you want a solid black. Oh, you know what? I just thought of this. We should have downloaded this as thick, Victor.
Oh,
yeah. Silly us. Oh my gosh. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, we are going to delete that out and do it as thick, because you do it as thick, you're going to be able to feel that a lot better, because your fingers are going to be competing with all those XY lines.
Yeah.
You already know the issue on that. Okay, so that's how you kind of problem solve really, really quickly. You go, oh my gosh, yeah, this is fine for handing in. So we're going to make this one smaller so you know how to hand this into your teacher. So go ahead and applications key.
Applications cut. To move through items, press up or down arrow key.
Okay, and if you can't remember Z for size and position, you're going to up arrow to size and position, but we already know Z is size and position. So Z.
Leaving menus. Cancel button. To activate, press space R.
Okay, now typically lock aspect ratio is checked, but you do need to double check it. So I'm going to just warn you, when you do Alt A, it's automatically going to uncheck the box that was checked, but you do need to make sure that is checked. So you only have to change the absolute value of either height or width, and the graph is going to change correctly. So go ahead and do an Alt-A, and you'll hear you're going to uncheck that beautiful box.
Alt-A, lock aspect ratio checkbox not checked. To check, press space bar, Alt plus A.
So that means you just unchecked it, but you still have to check it. So space bar, because sometimes they're not checked.
Space checked.
Yeah. So, and that's true for all your pictures that you download and everything. So that's just an in general rule. We're going to go ahead and Alt-E to immediately just jump up to your height.
Alt-E, absolute radio button checked. To change the selection, press up or down arrow, Alt plus E.
Okay, so this is how someone who has no vision can make pictures perfect. You're not going to go by scale. You always go by absolute values of height or width. And you always, even though you're changing one aspect, you always want to double check to make sure it changes on the other. So go ahead and tab in and see how large it is.
Absolute height, edit combo, 6.5 quote. To set the value, use
So pretty much taking up the whole page. I always tell kids, keep it within 3 inches because you do want your teacher to be able to actually see your work.
Yeah.
So you could just put a 3 here, which would be fine. Just hit 3 and then tab to width, make sure everything's changing correctly.
3, absolute radio button checked. To change the selection, press up or down arrow, Alt plus B.
And then tab again.
Yep, tab again to confirm the number.
Edit combo, 3 quote. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type.
So it does. It changes just perfectly and beautifully, and you can just hit enter on that, and your graph is going to be your perfect size.
Enter. A graph of a function description automatically generated with medium confidence graphic. A graph of a function description.
Yeah, and you can hush them up because it is medium confidence, and I'm going to tell you right now, because this is AI. This is very much artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, probably its weakest subject area is math. Okay, so you're talking, it's not quite June 2023. So let's see how much it improves. But right now, I'm going to tell you, you go into AI and you ask them math questions and you're going to get some really interesting questions. But anyway, so this is how we do it. And that's perfect for your teacher. Your teacher might say you can even go down to 2.5. But your teacher, you know, they have eyes, they need to be able to see this. I would say about 3 inches is good. Okay, that's beautiful, but you can see how much work that is. That's way too much work. So now we're going to do print screen. And of course, we're going to download this again with a thick line because you need to be able to emboss this off also. You can go ahead and hit backspace and just get rid of that now that you've done this incredible job. Okay, Alt-Tab back to Desmos.
Calculator, scientific calculator mode.
You can go, I think that's a good demonstration. They know how to change fractions into decimals now. Alt F4. And Alt-Tab to Desmos graphic calculator. Beautiful. Okay, Shift-Tab. Let's actually see where you're at. Shift-Tab.
Desmos vertical bar graphing calculator personal Microsoft Edge dialog. Export your graph zoom 100% size medium square thin medium thick toggle button not pressed. To toggle the state press space bar.
Space bar on thick. Beautiful.
Desmos vertical bar
graphing calculator document. Tab to download because this is the one we're going to emboss. Space bar or enter.
Dialog. Export your graph zoom 100% size medium square thin
medium
thick. Download
enter.
Press enter. Desmos vertical bar graphing calculator document. Downloading Desmos dash graph left parent 6 right parent .png.
Okay, 6.
Downloads completed.
And hush them up. As soon as you hear what your title is going to be, you can go ahead and hush them up talking. Okay, while we're here, we're going to show you how fast it is to actually do print screen. So hit escape and let's get out of your pop-up windows. Escape, escape.
Desmos graphing calculator. Expression list region. Expression 1 : y
okay,
left
and hush them up. So go ahead and find your print screen button and hit your print screen.
Which one's that one?
Say that again.
Which one's the print screen?
It's usually top right-hand corner. Let me see if I have your laptop. I may or may not. Ah, I do. I love it. Print screen on your computer. Oh, egads. You are, it's F10. It shares with F10 for you.
All right.
Print screen.
Beautiful. Alt-Tab back.
To move to an item, press the arrow keys. Document 1 -
and paste.
Paste it from clipboard.
Okay. And that also is going to be pretty large. So I want you to go ahead and you actually need to select this. We could Control-Shift-O. That's very, very fast to select an object. But your cursor is always at the bottom right-hand corner when you paste. So you could Control-Shift-Left arrow to select your graph also. Control-Shift-Left arrow.
A screenshot of a computer description automatically generated with
applications key.
Table in line with text button selected.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hit escape then applications keys because you got to get rid of the an applications key.
Automatically generated with applications cut to move through items.
Z to size and position.
Leaving menus. Cancel button to activate. Press space bar.
Yep. And once you know that you already know lock aspect ratio is checked, go ahead and just do Alt-E and jump right to your absolute height.
All right.
Alt-E. Absolute radio button checked. To change the selection,
Tab.
press down arrow. Alt+E. Absolute height. Edit combo. 3.66 cool.
Keep tabbing because you're gonna adjust the largest number. Tab again.
Okay.
Absolute radio button checked. To change absolute width. Edit combo. 6.5
Okay.
quote. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type
And
the
hush them
value.
up. So you do a little math in your head. You go, okay, so 366, it's a lot shorter than it is long. It's really, really long.
Mhm.
So probably, and you could probably go down a couple inches. So go ahead and just do 4. 4 should be fine. And then shift tab up to your absolute height.
4. Absolute radio but absolute height. Edit combo. 2.25
Yep.
quote. To set the value, use the
That
arrow
works.
keys.
Hit
or type the
enter.
value.
All right.
Beautiful.
Enter. A screenshot
Okay.
of a computer description
Perfect.
automatically generated with media.
And you can hush them up. So now the student can go ahead and do it really fast. What I should have had you do is, because we alt tab back and your cursor was actually in the math problem, I should have had you hit enter, because there's a visual calculator that pops up at the bottom of the screen, and that would make that visual calculator go away so that you actually see the whole screen. So that would have been a little bit better, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to do Control N so we can insert your new graph with the thick line. Control N for a new document.
Document
Beautiful.
2-word. Quick view. Edit.
Okay, go ahead and insert number 6.
All right. And going to the insert tab, right?
Alt N P. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you should be right on it. Yep.
Document 3-word. Print view. Edit.
Okay, so I heard print view edit. So go ahead and backspace. You might have just done the commands a little bit too fast.
E.
Okay, Alt N.
Oh, one
Document
minute. Okay,
4-word. Print view. Edit.
sorry. I was doing Control M.
Oh, yeah, we're up to
Yeah.
document 4. Nice job. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's do Alt N.
All right.
Upper ribbon expanded. Insert tab. 3 of 13.
There we go.
Followed by N.
P.
Insert picture from group. This device ... To move through items.
And
press up or
enter.
down arrow, followed by N. P. D. P. Enter. Leaving menus. Upper ribbon expanded. Insert tab. 3 of 13. Alt plus N. Leaving menus. Leaving ribbons. Insert picture dialog. File name : edit combo. To set the value, use the arrow keys or type the value. Alt plus N.
Okay, so always Alt D to confirm where you're at. You should be in downloads because that's where you left it, but we never trust technology. Alt D and listen.
Address edit combo. C : /users /nuts /downloads. To set the value, use the
Yep,
arrow keys.
beautiful. Alt N, just jump right back down to Alt N.
File name : edit combo. To set the value, use
Start
the arrow
typing
keys.
in Desmos, and you know you're going to go to number 6.
Desmos -graph left parent 1 right parent.
Now you can just start counting fast.
Parent 2 right parent dot png. Desmos -graph left parent 3 right parent dot p. Desmos -graph left parent 6 right parent dot png.
And enter.
Enter. Edit unavailable. Type in text. Layout.
Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous.
Right parent available.
And hash them up. And what I highly suggest is going into your downloads folder and getting rid of all those other, because you know you pretty much use them once and then you're done. So, and just get rid of those, and then it may, of course, it's going to make even faster. Okay, embosser is plugged into your computer. It is on. You are ready to go. Is this correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Control P.
Menu. Print group. Print button. To move through items, press up or down arrow. Alt followed by F. P. P.
And enter.
Enter. Layout options. Left parent text wrapping and positioning. Right parent available. Leaving menus. A graph function on the graph description automatically generated with low confidence graphic.
And it's very noisily embossing off in the background.
Playing music. Set up professional audio and quote audio settings. Quote press F6 to open pop-up.
You get it?
Yep.
Excellent. Go ahead and rip that off. Come on back. And my guess is you can feel that line a whole lot better than that teeny tiny thin line.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Okay, so the advantage, of course, is you want to be able to do this off on the embosser first, so you really get an idea of what this is going to look like, and you can do it with any of our teachers. But now that you've done this, we're going to go ahead, and so now you're going to get the idea. I'm going to have you go ahead and just create a table quickly to put your plot points in, and so you can refer back to your computer. And then we're going to get out your graphing paper and your dots and your lines. But now you know what it's going to look like, so you have a better idea of how you're going to create this on your graph. Okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so now what I want you to do is come on back. You're going to turn on your video. You're going to lower your camera. Oh, no, we need to do your, sorry, I jumped ahead of myself. You need to do a Control-N or Alt-Tab to your document 3, all those other documents you opened, and we need to plot your points.
All right.
So you've got clearly, because my guess is you probably already did all of this with Professor Betsy. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly give you your plot points, and then you'll know where to plot them.
All right.
Document 3-Word to move to
Perfect. Document 3. I love it. Okay. Alt-NT. I need a 2x2 table is fine to start. We just need about 4 plot points.
Okay.
Alt-NT.
Yeah.
Right arrow once. And down arrow like 2 times is fine. And hit enter. Because every time you hit tab, it'll add an additional row. Okay, put X here. We know we want X. And tab. And Y. You put line. How about Y?
Oh, Y.
Yeah, Y. We've got X and Y, right?
Yeah,
Those are our plot points. Okay. And remember, so you've got 2 columns. As soon as you tab, it automatically changes you back to your first column, and it will tell you that on your brow display. It tells you what row you're on and what column. Okay, so tab. And I'm just going to quickly give you your plot points. So the first X will start out with -2, because you need it kind of at the top of your curve and the bottom of your curve, so you can get your curve in there. So -2, just -2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you need to write it out. Because this is what you're going to plot, okay?
Yeah.
I'll verbally remind you also. And tab, so you're going to, move your finger 2 times to the left, and you're going to go up 4. So tab to Y, and you need to put 4. We're plotting your points.
Yep.
Would it be easier for you to do left parent -2, 4? Would you rather prefer that than the table?
No, I'm fine with the table.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm just going to say that for anybody else. So there's different ways to plot. Everybody learns differently. Tables, you can lay out your X and your Y, but other students might prefer just doing a left parent -2, 4, right parent. But either one is fine. But it also depends on what the teacher says they want you to do. Okay, go ahead and type in 4. So that's going to be our first plot point. And then tab, and that'll move us back to column 1.
4 blank.
And our next plot point is going to be -1, 2. So -1 is going to be X. Of course, X is always the first number. Tab and give me 2.
Cell table warning. Pressing tab here.
Okay, so it's already starting with a nice slight curve. Hit tab again. And it'll automatically make another row as soon as you hit tab.
2 table 1 uniform table blank row 4.
So 0, 1 is going to be our next plot point. Tab
0 blank last cell
and
table
1. Okay, now we're going to start our curve in across your X. Tab again.
1 table 1 uniform.
Now we get kind of funky because X is kind of funky anyway, so it's going to be 1 and then 0.5. Tab. And it is what it is. Yeah. So oh no. X is 1. You need a tab to Y there. Backspace over your decimal. Tab to Y. So it's 1, 0.5, right? Yeah. So that's going to be your curve, and then you're going to be able to curve. That should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's plot one more just in case. Go ahead and do a tab.
5, table 1, uniform
Okay,
table.
2, that will make sure you're really off on the right line. So 2 is going to be X and then tab, and it goes a little bit lower, so 0.25. And of course, all that wonderful math that goes along with that. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so now you've got this, so you can refer to it as you need to, but since I'm with you, I'm just going to rattle off the plot points so you can do it. Yeah. Okay, Alt-Tab to zoom. Go ahead and turn. Oh, I think your video is already on. So Alt-Tab to zoom so I can actually see your paper, and then you're going to lower. You're just going to put your hand on your screen and pull it forward so you can lower it to your paper. Okay. Alt-Tab to zoom.
Document 2 document Desmos vertical bar graphic zoom. Zoom.
One more. You need to go to your share screen. It's going to say zoom share screen. So yeah.
Document 3 word.
Keep going. You got to go. You could add a shift to be faster, but keep going. You'll get there. Share screen. There you go. Let go.
Screen sharing meeting controls.
Okay. Well, I hear, and go ahead and put your hand on top of your lid and pull it forward. Because right now I see your chin and yep, down, 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 down. Any chance you can turn the light on in your room so I could actually see that a little better? I know it's great saving on electricity for you, but it is going to be tough seeing that paper.
That better?
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
Okay, my guess is that piece of paper does not have X and Y on it yet. Is that true?
It does.
Oh, excellent. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love that. That is phenomenal. Okay, so I'm going to go to your math and I'm going to change it over here. Okay, beautiful. So find 0, 0, please. We always start with the origin. We love 0, 0. Oh yeah, now I can see the X and the Y as soon as your hand shadows it over.
Yeah.
Okay, 0, 0. And our first plot point is -2, 4. So which direction are we going for -2?
We're going down.
Are we? Let's go.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. We're going to the left.
Yeah, good. Okay, so let's refresh. Let's refresh. X is always the first number. Yeah. Always, always. That means you're moving your finger along the X axis. Yep. The second number is always going to be your Y. So you are either going to go left or right with the first number, and then you're going to go up and down. So -2, you're at 0, 0. How many, which direction are we going, left or right?
For
-2.
Oh, we're going left.
Yes, we're going left. Okay, so you know what, people, let's just quickly hit our quadrants for those who are watching this also. So every graph is divided up into 4 quadrants. Your first quadrant 1 is going to be positive, positive. Go ahead and put your finger on 0, 0. Yeah, I know you want to move right into quadrant 1. Yeah. So if I said something like 2, 2, that means you're going to move 2 to the right, move your finger 2 lines to the right, and up 2. So positive, positive. If in parentheses you have 2 positive numbers, you will be in quadrant 1. Okay, let's go ahead and go back down to your origin, 0, 0. Okay, so if I give you a number like -2, 4, that is going to put you in quadrant 2. So you know you're going to be plotting in quadrant 2, which is what we're going to do right now. So -2, you go 2 lines to the left. Beautiful. And it's a +4, so you know you're going up 4. So go ahead and go up 4. And once you get up 4, I can't see it, but I want you to take one of those sticky dots and I want you to put that on there. And then I'm gonna have you move your paper down just so everyone can actually see that beautiful dot that you are plotting at -2, 4.
If I could find them where I put them.
Oh, now you're supposed to have those all nice and organized right to your left or your right so you can grab those. So that is, I'm going to just give that to the audience, is make sure you have all your sticks and sticky dots. And when you get to isotopes, you're going to have your, dotted lines all right at your hand.
All right, so we're looking for the dot.
A sticky dot. We need a sticky dot.
So is it on like the mouse pad thing with all the shapes?
It should be. That is, I can't see that well enough. I just see a big black thing. Flip it over. Is there dots under there?
I don't think it's on
No,
this page.
no, these are going to be separate. I think the last time we had to cut little wiki sticks to make your dots. You should have a whole thing of little sticky dots, like the size of the tip of your fingertip, your pinky fingertip. You
Yeah,
should have a whole
I think
bunch
the
of
last
dots.
time we were doing that, it was we had requested it from my counselor.
Yeah, well, I think the last time we had to do this, we cut little. So get your wiki sticks, and you're just going to have to cut up a whole bunch of little dots then that you can stick, because you got to be able to have something to stick on that paper in order to put your graph line on that. Can you grab some of your wiki sticks? They said you
Well,
got them though, those dots.
yeah,
I know. You're going to
yeah,
have to ask someone to look for all that stuff, because maybe there's a box out in the living room or hiding someplace, but we have got to have dots. You can't do this without your dots.
yeah. And
Okay.
then
Can you grab your wiki sticks?
I don't have any wiki sticks. What are those? Are those like similar to
Those are
these?
sticky lines. Those are sticky
Oh
lines.
yeah.
Yeah, I want the sticky lines, and then grab your scissors.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. These are the sticky lines right here.
Yeah.
And then some scissors right over here. Right?
Yeah, and just give me we'll only do, yeah, just cut little five little dots. You just have to be able to plot those that crisscrossing the axis, so you can put your beautiful long line and curve it around in beautiful
Yeah.
quadrant 2 and quadrant 1 and make it look gorgeous.
So -2.
Yep, just go to -2, and then always start at 0, 0, because -2, and then go up 4, and then just put a little dot right there. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do -1, 2. So find 0, 0.
Right.
Yep.
-1, 2.
-1, comma 2. Yep. So
1, 2.
yep. And you can already tell the slight bend that you're going to get there, because the first one was 4. Now you're down to 2. Okay, the next one is going to be 0, 1. We love that because that's so easy. 0, 1. At 0, go 1.
All right. Sorry, I just have to cut these little things out.
Yeah. Just cut on when you're on your own. Just cut a whole bunch of little ones up, so then when we do graphing, you already have a whole bunch of little dots already that we can use. So get a plastic baggie and just stick all those in a plastic baggie afterwards. Yeah, to keep track of them.
Two more. Okay. So
0, 1. So sit on 0.
I still have to do that other one. So the -1.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
-1,
So
2.
slow.
-1, 2.
All right. Oh. All right.
Okay. Yeah, those are ginormous dots for the audience. You really do need your little sticky dots, which are, and I'll paste those actually in the YouTube video below in the link, so people can just immediately go to Amazon and pick up the things they need. Okay, 0, 1. That's an easy one. Can't go wrong with 0, 1. 0. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Okay, now we're getting our beautiful curve in here. Now we're going to get over to X. Okay, I need 1, comma 0.5. 1, comma 0.5. 0, 0, go 1.
Yeah,
and then
right
up 0.5. Yep. And then it pretty much more or less runs along X. We'll do one more point just to.
Okay.
Yep. And the last one is going to be 2, 0.25, which is, yeah. But audience, these are really not great dots. We're just doing what we can with what we've got. So 2, 0.25. Find 0, 0, up, 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 up. I'm thinking 0, 0 is up higher. There you go. You find the cross, yeah. There's your 1, 0.5. You need to go to 2 and give me 0.25, which is pretty much almost on X. Just kind of put it on X. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so minuscule. Okay, so now get your big long wiki sticks, and you're pretty much going to start at the top of quadrant 2 to run it down and curve along those lines, as you know, because you embossed one of those out already. And then you're just going to kind of run it along X. Just make it a nice curve. So let's see your curve ability here, Mr. Victor.
All right.
Your beautiful curve ability. Now, typically what I tell kids is you kind of put your finger at 0, 0 or wherever your curve is going to be, and then you kind of move that line. Yeah, put your finger on 0, 0, and then kind of go to 0, 1. Find 0, 1. Oh, right there. 0, 1. Because that's where you're, okay, find 0, 1. Okay.
Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, I'm getting mixed up.
Just moved it off, yeah. So start your curve right there. And you're just going to go, yep. So in the middle of your wiki stick, put it in the underside of your pointer finger, not at the top of or just put it down, put it right underneath your pointer. That's going to be easier. Put it right underneath your pointer, and then have your pointer hold it down. Okay. And then your right hand's going to, yep, just kind of try to follow along those dots and run it along X. There you go. Beautiful. And after you run that along X, you're just going to go back to that 0, 1, and then you're going to curve it up right into quadrant 2. And drawing takes a little practice. That's not too bad. Okay, so now your right hand is going to sit, your pointer finger is going to sit on that, and then your left hand is going to curve it up. Curve, curve, curve. That needs to curve, 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 curve. Curve up, because of course you need to curve it right through -2, 4. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Go ahead and pull your paper down a little bit more so people can see. Yeah, so the dots aren't quite perfect, but go ahead and grab the embossed copy so people can see how beautiful your embossed copy is. And let's face it, if you can emboss these graphs off to get an idea what they need to feel like, it is going to be so much faster. Yep, put it right on top of your other graph, because that's where my video camera is. And then lay it flat down. Flat. Okay, what I want you to do is actually, yeah, you can just set it right on top, is trace it along with your finger, because the shadow of your finger will be able to show us that beautiful curved line. Yep, flat down, and go ahead and start where your curve is. You should be able to find quadrant 2. Yeah. Because I cannot see that line yet. Actually, I'm tempted to tell you to turn off the light in your room. Turn the light off in your room, see if we can see it better.
I think I found it right here.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it goes down.
Oh, yeah, I can see it as you move your finger down. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so yeah, the quadrant is up in the top left-hand corner of your paper. Beautiful. Do turn off the light in your room. I want to see if we can see it better if you turn your light off in the room, because it's very bright overhead also. Well, I can see the X and the Y a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to have you move that piece of paper down because it's a little bit lighter in the bottom right-hand corner. We might be able to see it better that way. Next time, I'll have you get a crayon and actually draw it out. Okay, pull it toward itself, toward yourself. Yeah, and then move it toward the right. Toward the right. Oh, a little bit better. Move it toward the right a little bit more. Yeah, no. Kind of. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Curve up the the left hand side. Yeah, curve that side up. Not that side, that side. Yeah, curve that up a little bit. No, it's gonna be too difficult. We're just gonna have to take your word for it. I already know how gorgeous it is because this is what I do. It's gorgeous, people. We're just gonna tell you it's gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, so what I want you to do, Victor, is go ahead and plot a few. We're gonna do one more graph, and I'm gonna have you emboss it off. And then I want you going back to Desmos and just really practicing this today, because as you know, we humans, we forget the steps really fast. Okay. So go ahead and stop your video. Let's go ahead and go back to your screen so we can do one more graph.
All right.
Yep, Alt V.
Video now stopped.
And make sure your screen sharing is on. Alt S.
Share has been stopped. Zoom meeting.
Alt S and turn it back on.
Yeah.
Oh, we love that.
Okay. Base checked. Select share. Optimize. Share screen button. Enter. You have started screen share. Press F6.
Beautiful. Okay, excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and hop. You should be able to Alt Tab right back to Desmos, and let's do another beautiful graph.
Document 3-Word. Document 4- Document 2. Document 1- Desmos vertical bar
There
graphic
you go.
calculator. Microsoft Edge. Desmos vertical.
Okay, and insert tab to hear exactly where you're at. I think you're in your edit box though. Insert tab.
Expression 1: y equals left
Yep.
parenthesis 1
Just
right parenthesis,
backspace
2%.
over all that. Let's do another one. Back.
Blank. 2 blank
Yep.
left parenthesis blank.
And I would have told you Control A would have been faster, but hey, it's all good. Y equals 2 to the power of x. Y equals
quote y quote triad and x equals apostrophe 1 blank.
to the power of x.
2 caret superscript baseline.
Nice. Beautiful. Ah, gorgeous. Okay. Once again, there's different ways to do that. Go ahead and hit audio trace so you can actually trace that first. Alt T.
Graph paper. X-axis visible from
Great.
-10 to 10. Y-axis visible from -6.589 to 6.589. Grid lines
Just
are
hit
visible.
X, or I mean hit H and run it quickly, and then we'll emboss it. Gorgeous. So now it starts from the very bottom. It runs along X still, but it starts in quadrant 2 and runs up through quadrant 1. How cool is that? Let's pretend you're absolutely clueless what that looks like. So now we're going to insert F5. We're going to go ahead and share it. And of course, make a thick line. Insert F5, S to share.
The form field dialog. List 1. Share button 3 of 32.
Enter.
Enter. Desmos vertical bar graphing calculator.
Tab to export image.
Copy button to print link. Export image link.
Enter.
Enter. Desmos vertical bar graphing calculator.
Tab to thick.
Line thickness group. Thin toggle button pressed to toggle. Medium toggle. Thick toggle button not pressed to toggle the state. Press space bar. Space. Desmos vertical bar
And
graphing
tab to
calculator.
download
Desmos
PNG.
vertical SVG options button collect. Download PNG button to activate. Press enter.
Perfect. Enter.
Enter. Desmos vertical bar graphing
Great.
calculator document.
Here we go. Let's go have fun. Windows 3. Open Word.
Download completed. Press Control plus J to go to Windows 3. Document 1-Word. A screenshot of a computer description.
Control N. Yeah, just Control N. Or you can Control A on this and get rid of everything. Either one. Whatever you want to do. Do I just Control A?
Control N.
I'll do Control N.
Document 5
Okay.
Word. Print edit.
Okay. Alt N P enter.
So
Alt N to insert.
Ribbon expanded. Insert tab.
P
3 of 13.
picture.
Yep.
Insert picture from group. This device dot.
Yep.
Move through
Enter
items.
on this device.
P enter. Leaving menus. Leaving ribbons.
Okay.
Insert picture dialog.
Alt
File name,
D
combo.
to make sure you're in your downloads.
10. Address edit combo. C:/ users / nuts / downloads to set the value. Use the
Right.
arrow keys.
Alt N to file name.
File name : edit combo to set the value. Use the arrow
Start
keys.
typing DES, and you know you need to go down to 7.
Desmos graph left parent 3 right Desmos graph left graph left parent 6 right parent dot p Desmos graph left parent 7 right parent.
Enter.
Enter. Edit unavailable. Type in text.
So gorgeous.
Mapping and position in right parent.
Ready?
available.
Hush 'em up.
Picture
Your
one.
embosser should be on, so Control P. You should be online and ready to go.
Menu print group print button to move through items.
Enter.
Enter. Layout options left parent text wrapping and position in right parent available. Leaving menus. Document 5. Table in line with text button selected. 1 of 7. To move to an item press the arrow keys.
And that's how you graph.
5.